Arrowhead and Zurich have teamed up to offer multi-line package coverages at competitive prices. We're bringing new life to ambulance insurance. Learn more at arrowheadgrp.com/ambulance.
The U.S. has just come off one of its hottest years on record, and the forecast is for continued warming. Julie Rochman, CEO and President of the Insurance Institute for Business and Home Safety, discusses with Insurance Journal's Andy Simpson how the IBHS partners with fire service experts to protect people and property from this growing menace.
Wildfire is a huge concern in this country. We have about 40 states with really substantial vulnerability to wildfire. The mild winters that we've enjoyed the past few years cause droughts, and where you have droughts, you have more wildfires. Whether it's global warming or not, people talk about climate change. The climate changes all the time. Last year, in 2012, we saw record fires in New Mexico and Colorado. The year before that, in 2011, terrible fires out west. There was a time in the state of Texas when every single county in the state of Texas had a wildfire burning. California is probably the best prepared state when it comes to wildfire. And when we ask people in the fire services at the national level what keeps them up at night, it's not really California, because they are as prepared as any state, if not better. It's the Southeast, it's the Midwest, it's places where wildfires are less common, that we're seeing more of them. Development is occurring in highly vulnerable areas where wildland meets development. People have expectations that the fire services will be there very quickly, and the fire services are stretched very thin and can't be, which is why we talk to people about relatively inexpensive and often free ways to protect their homes against wildfire. It is certainly an issue we're going to see more of in this country as property and people continue to move into those areas and the exposure grows. I think that there are some lessons from virtually every fire that we've learned, and we've done, I think, a good job of partnering with the fire services at the local, state, and national levels to make sure that people get information quickly and that it's actionable, and that there are steps, there definitely are steps that we can take to prevent fires from devastating entire communities. We've gone out after several large fires and done post-disaster analyses that have led us to work that we've then conducted in the laboratory with federal agencies. We've partnered with the USDA Forest Service and Savannah River National Labs and really the leading thinkers in fire loss prevention in the world. And we've focused on trying to educate people about embers. Most people think it's the wall of flames in a wildfire that does the most damage, and actually the fire services do a terrific job of containing the large walls of flame at the perimeter of a wildfire. What happens though is embers fly outside the fire perimeter and land a mile or more away on a piece of property that's unprotected. They sit there and smolder, they catch on to something that's near or on the house, and then that house burns, and as one house burns, if there are other nearby properties, you get a cluster fire going. So we've conducted research in our large test chamber in our laboratory, the IBHS Research Center in South Carolina, that looks at how embers accumulate, where they're likely to ignite on or in or near a building, and the types of things that can be done to prevent that. It's research that we're very proud of. We've partnered with the International Association of Fire Chiefs and the National Volunteer Fire Council and the International Association of Firefighters, and actually our information and our results, the booklets, the guides that we've produced have been used in firefighter training and in a lot of states like Colorado that have seen, Texas, Oklahoma, that have seen terrible fires. So we know that the fire services and insurers have long had a really fruitful partnership in the area of fire prevention, and we're very happy that that continues, and we've really ramped it up. I think that our relationship with the fire services has never been better. There's a lot of enthusiasm because fire loss prevention is something that's very doable.